Hi Virgo, welcome back. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome to I Am Destiny Calling Tarot. Virgo, this is going to be your weekly reading, which is going to cover the time frame of April the 5th through April 11th, 2020, going into the 4th month of the year. All right, guys, we're going to get started. As you can see, I have an overflow of cards here today. I was guided to the number 333 during my meditation this morning. So what I've decided to do with that is I have 3 oracle cards, 3 tarot card decks, and then 3 inspirational messages. So I'm going to kind of just go with the flow there and go with the 3-3 message that came along. The other message that came along was Earth. So that could relate to earth, fire, air, water. Not really sure specifically what it came through for, what it meant, but I did not plan, but I noticed that the earth, the green here coming out in the cards, they're mostly earthy themed things, and that happened, I think, just as a coincidence. But really, are there any coincidences? All right, so we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna get settled into the energies here. So while we're doing that, let's take a few deep breaths just to center ourselves. All right, so that's going to allow us to release all of the negative, toxic, yucky vibes. Let's take another deep breath again. All right, guys, another deep breath. That allows us to bring in all of the positive, yummy, juicy vibes our way. All right, so this is going to be a general reading here for the Virgo Collective, where it's going to be so general. Keep in mind if there are messages that are specifically not resonating with you, it just means those messages weren't meant for you, and that's okay. Dates as well, they really just are general guidelines here in the read, so you might notice things happening a few days or weeks before and after these dates. Perfectly normal, guys. We're all in different parts of the journey, right? I hope everyone is feeling well. I hope everyone is taking care of each other during this time. I hope everyone as well is remaining balanced and taking care of the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, right? It's important to stay balanced during these times. So I'm just settling into the energies. To be honest with you, I'm not sensing anything negative. I do feel that there might be some aches and pains in the muscles of your body for you guys specifically. So it's probably going to be really beneficial for you guys at this time to stretch those muscles. So whether or not it's yoga, Also going to be really important maybe to soak in the tub and pour some Epsom salts in there. All right, I'm really excited to get to these messages. I do feel that there is a little bit of shakiness in my voice, and I can tell that that is coming through a channeling. So there might be some emotions that are just kind of going through the motions, really, just kind of an overflow of a roller coaster type of situation where the emotions are all over the place, up and down, right? Perfectly normal based on current times. Make sure that you are doing what you can to connect with people, understanding the social distance aspect, but making sure that you, even if it's through the phone or online, we have that technology available to us. So it makes such a big difference. Get your inspirational messages in there. And the last one of our inspirational messages. Remember, during times when your emotions are kind of a little bit up in the air and all over the place, remember how important breathing exercises, breathing techniques can kind of really ground you and center you. Spirit, please provide messages for Virgo, and this is going to be to cover the time frame of April 5th through April 11th, 2020. What messages did you want to send forward for Virgo? These are your cards, guys. Let's have a look. See what we got. We'll put aside the inspirational messages, and we'll take a look at those at the end. These are tarot cards. So we're going to start with the oracle cards. So the oracle cards are going to provide us with the overall energy for the entire reading here today. First card out, it says Crown Chakra. I know I am part of Source, and my life is guided by divine wisdom. All right. So this is a really good indication here that you are focusing on the spiritual aspect during this time. It really does tell me that you you are likely going to be, if you haven't already, starting to experience the feeling of oneness with the universe. You're likely also noticing at some point when you are able to relax your mind and your thoughts and just clear your mind of thoughts and allow yourself to kind of drift off for a bit, that you are actually connecting with Source, and you may have messages coming through to you with answers to questions that you have been that you have been asking about. So questions that could be coming through from your guardian angels. I really, really love this for you. I see the next card says freedom. Let's take a quick peek at the book for this particular card here. There may be a specific message that needs to come forward. It says true freedom requires intense shadow work. Face your deepest fears. Feel your hardest, scariest, most shameful emotions. Only through recognizing and naming them can you finally deal with them and be free. Do not go alone into the shadows of your soul. Call on the dark goddess who will guide and protect you. I really love this because it is indicating to me that you are working towards freedom as far as having already gone into your shadow aspects of yourself. And if you haven't already, you're being somewhat forced to during these times to really face your fears. And what I really, really, really love is you're feeling very supported by the divine during this time. It says, I'm ready to face my worst fear or shameful emotion. And guys, we all have a dark side, every single human being. I know I'm not alone and that the dark goddess will guide me towards true freedom. All right, and the last oracle card we have here is, it says, Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters. This is so appropriate for the time. It says, communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. So at this time, there's a definite indication that you are lacking control and you are forced to come to a point where you are going to surrender the control. You're going to surrender the outcomes. You're going to surrender having to control exactly how things happen and play out in your life. And that's really going to bring you to an increased awareness and a sense of complete freedom within this universe. It says, see life from a higher perspective. I do feel that is going to be something that is going to be in your, if not your near future, definitely a really big transition that you're going to be taking in your future. Take a look in the book for this particular one as well, and then we'll just go into the tarot cards for the regular reading. All right, Air Dragon, where are you? Guys, I woke up this morning with a song in my head, and I can't for the life of me figure out where it came from. It's the Don't Worry, Be Happy, that song. Yeah, it's really, really weird. I haven't heard it in ages. And this morning I got up and it's constantly running through my brain and it's just on a loop over and over and over again. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. All right, so we're going to take a dive deeper here into the Air Dragon. It says, oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Fourth dimensional air dragons are blue, the color of the sky, and they fly lightly around us. Air is the element of communication, and these dragons help us to speak our truth. They also encourage us to breathe properly so that we inhale as much source energy as possible. So that's going to be really, really very important for you, Virgo, during this time. It indicates that breathing exercises, breathing practices will be used for a sense of calm, a calming effect. When air dragons puff their energy over a person or situation, they bring new hope and opportunity. We can call on them to exhale over situations, to enable resolutions, to be taken for the highest good. In their energy field, they carry the light of higher possibilities for the planet. And I think that this is where we're all headed into a new Earth. We're all headed into a new era. We're all headed into a new exciting time. And we have to start preparing ourselves on all levels for that. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? On all levels. It says guidance. Air dragons suggest you take things lightly, so choosing this card indicates you should relax and look at part of your life from a higher perspective. Air dragons also inspire you to communicate honestly but lovingly in a way that calms and soothes everyone around you and promotes good outcomes. Honest communication will bring pure white light into your aura. Oh, that's beautiful. And when this happens, everybody will trust and respect you. That is so, so true. So where you have this energy supporting you at this time for open communication, honest communication, especially during these times, is going to be so, so critical for you. And the amount of respect that you can earn based on that will really blow your mind. Blue air dragons are supporting you as you rise above your challenges. They will help you stay the most tactful and inspirational words and assist you to stand in your power with integrity. Integrity, another really, really big word to focus on during this time. That's really sticking out to me. Breathe blue and white light into your heart center. And as an air dragon appears in front of you, breathe the light over it. In this way, you are energizing and motivating it so that it will always be connected to you. It is time to decide on your next step. So be clear about what you really want. Your air dragon will accompany you as you fly towards your chosen destiny. So I do feel that based on our current situation, we're all moving towards our purpose here on Earth. We're all moving towards our destiny. This is a really big time for humanity, and it's going to be all about how you react to situations, which is going to determine how things unravel for you going forward. Let's take a look at the cards, all the clarifying cards. So I will go through these and I'll show you each one individually. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. All right, so first card up we have is 7 of Summer. All right, guys, there's something about this rainbow really sticking out to me as a symbol here. So this is something that is very likely a message for specific individuals, if that resonates with you. It says, No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over analyzing the options. You know this is true. You are over analyzing the options, right? So there's something that is weighing quite heavily on your mind during this time, and it does require you to work through this confusion during this time, and you're really going to feel empowered once you do make this decision. So keep that in mind. Um, This card in your reading is specifically here to tell you guys that you need to remain or regain your focus, okay? So that's a really great way to start off this reading, because moving forward, you're really going to want to regain your focus so that you are an active participant here in your life, and you're not allowing things to just simply happen around you. That's going to be really, really important. The next message is the Magician card, and a major arcana card. And it says you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. So I believe that this is the point. This is a tipping point for a lot of people. This, for you, Virgo, is all about bringing in change, which is really going to bring you towards your destiny. It's all about you taking charge of your life. You have the ability to do anything. Don't put limits on what you can and can't do. You really do have the talent to accomplish great things. What you need to do during these times is you need to visualize your hopes and your dreams. This is a time for you to reflect. This is the time for you to go within. I really feel that you are reinventing yourself, and it's not becoming a whole new individual. It's reinventing yourself, becoming the best possible version of yourself. I love this so much for you. This is where you're headed. And this will happen for you, specifically once you begin to feel this freedom. All right, next card is the Unity card, also a major arcana card. And it says, do the right thing for the right reason. Yes, this is the time, guys, where you're being tested. You are being tested during this time. You're going to want to make sure that you're doing things, again, as mentioned earlier, with integrity. Compare traditional versus new approaches. See which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So there may be some old traditions that are maybe dying off at this point, and that's okay, because there may be new traditions that need to take flight, right? And we need to welcome those in. This is all about becoming the best possible version of ourselves, and it's not about leaving things behind. It's really just about being open to new possibilities. And the spiritual community, some of you might notice for sure over the next, during your long-term forecast, that you're going to be becoming more spiritually inclined. So you're likely to be more involved in some form of a spiritual community, at the very least an online spiritual community. This is also about respecting your elders during this critical time. It's all about remaining true to your principles. And I do strongly sense that within the Virgo collective, there will be specific individuals who are going to resonate with this. You're very much going to be guided towards counseling one-on-one, as far as perhaps you teaching others your spiritual knowledge. Hope everybody can see that. All right, next card up is the Queen of Summer. So the Queen of Summer is all about loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. And it says listening to your heart, intuitive insight you can trust, taking care of others, and it says perhaps too much. So just a quick side note here, really important message. Make sure that you're not neglecting yourself. Fill your own cup first, and also don't be too pushy when it comes to dealing with others. But when the Queen of Summer comes up, it is all about, I'm sensing a lot of emotions again, emotions being in the forefront as far as kind of all over the place, up and down, and this needs to happen. This is okay. This is healthy. This is normal. This is part of what it means to be human. We need to embrace this at this time. Again, this is very symbolic of a spiritual teacher of some kind. And the intuitive meaning here in this card is very much speaking to me in the sense that you're trusting in divine, and you're trusting in the divine wisdom that is coming to you, and that is very likely coming to you through your intuition. If it hasn't been strong for you in the past, it's taking a peak now where it's going to get quite heightened during this time, and then it will kind of level off, if that makes sense. All right, next card is the Three of Water. So this would be a Three of Cups card. So this is about a common goal, having a common goal. It's about friendships. It's about, you definitely have a need to have fun. At this point, you likely have been cooped up, isolated, and it is maybe at this point taking a toll on you, where you need to find some way to socialize, right? So if you're able to obviously connect with friends, neighbors at this time, it's going to be really, really important to do that, even if it's through technology during these times. I'm getting a really clear message here. This is all about, it's time for you to develop yourself. So this can mean so many different things for so many different people. For the majority, I believe that it's finding some skill set that can make you more valuable. When things start to calm down and the chaos ends, it's going to be a time to rebuild. Where is it that you want to see yourself as far as helping with rebuilding? You really, you have a lot of opportunities. Like I said, don't put limits on what it is that you can do. For some of you, you're going to continue on with just upgrading current skills that you have. For others, it's going to be taking on a whole new direction. And it's going to need to be something going forward that you are either passionate about, that really is important to you on some level as far as being helpful to others, really making an impact in the world. This is where you're headed. This is where the world is headed. This is where you're going to want to put your focus. This can also relate to, this can be relating to developing yourself emotionally. This can be relating to developing yourself spiritually or even physically. So maybe it's time to really, people are concerned about sickness, and we're really needing to step up and take care of our health during this time. So maybe you're going to get into personal training during this time. All right, next card is Messenger of Air. I'm going to try my best to make sure that you can see the whole card. Alright guys, so when this pops up in your reading, it's all about believing in yourself. It's all about believing in your dreams. It is symbolic of subconscious programming, so it could signify that you're impacted by the beliefs that you have been brought up with. Excuse me. So you need to really focus on what your belief system is during this time. So this is a really important time of reflection. This is the time to take that on. It's going to be really important that you kind of reflect on the beliefs that you were brought up with, that were ingrained into you, even the negative shadow, dark shadow side of yourself, right? That had nothing to do with you or any fault of your own. It's really about, as you mature, recognizing it and working towards making yourself the best version possible. So you're really going to want to make sure that you're clear on your own belief system. Love the fact that this can really indicate that you're likely to be finding in your near future moments of stillness and peace, and you're very likely to have some form of divine inspiration visit you. So what that means is you could receive some form of a vision. You could hear a song. You could be sitting out in nature and looking up at the sky and see some cloud formation, and just instantly you receive a thought, a message, and then this is coming to you. It's almost magical. It's coming to you from the divine, in the sense that you're open to receiving the messages, and now they're going to start coming in, and the messages are really going to start to inspire you. But really, overall, this is all about building on, for the majority, building on what you already have created for yourself. So really just, it's about building, building, building. Like I said, don't put a limit on how far you can go. 10 of Air, which would be 10 of Swords. This is actually, don't put limits on what the universe can bring to you. So this is a really big message. This is all about you at some point receiving a point of epiphany, and it's going to be really, really, really impactful, especially during these times. So you're going to likely gracefully be coming to an end in some way, shape, or form or area of your life. And what it means is going forward, we all need to have hope. So this is the hope. This represents the hope of a new beginning. So it's also about the end of old ways of thinking. So it's that subconscious belief, subconscious programming that has been ingrained into you. This is symbolic of those ways of thinking naturally progressing out of your system. So the emotions relating to this are definitely a sense of sadness. But when everything is said and done, that sadness is going to feel as though you're going to have a sense of relief. And it's almost as if the baggage has been lifted off of your back so you can walk freely again. So guys, this is where you're headed. All right, next card, Chariot card, Major Arcana card. This is representing home sweet home. You are comfortable, most comfortable at home. You love being at home. You're likely spending quite a bit of time there nowadays. This is going to be about really understanding on a very deep level that everything that you have in your life you've worked for, and every obstacle that you faced, you've overcome. And it's a time where you can recognize your own victories. You're really starting to see different aspects of your life and how they were so important and so essential to the growth that that needed to take place for you. This is a lot like I hear Phoenix Rising. So it's all about feeling as though at some point you've kind of hit rock bottom and you're rising again, and it's all about living freely. This is where you're headed. You're going to be living truthfully. That's huge. That's going to take so much weight off of your back. You're going to be living more fearlessly. You're going to turn that fear that you have into possibilities. And I do sense that a lot of you are really going to become quite skilled in some way, shape, or form. Whatever you're putting your mind to, and do not put limits on what the universe can bring to you. All right, next card. Ten of Pentacles. All right, so at this point, you're actually starting and beginning to ground your emotions, which is fantastic. Everything's going to start to come together at this point. This is really where you're going to start to see rewards come your way. So this could be about finances really picking up, and this can be about synchronicities. So you might find that synchronicities flow a lot more effortlessly than ever before. You're going to start to understand your place and your purpose like never before. You're going to find you're in a very low drama period. It's going to be a sense of calm and peace. You're going to feel more secure, more stable, and more safety just overall. Guys, this is a really very positive omen. One of the most positive omens that can come out in tarot. I love the fact that this is going to be about, and this is a direct result of the times that we are living today. You're going to be removing your mask. And what that means is you're going to be showing who you truly authentically are, and you're not going to be portraying yourself as an image that you think others want to see. Those days are over. You're moving into a new earth, a new reality. At this point as well, some of you might actually have a growing family, which is beautiful. All right, next card, you have the King of Swords. So King of Swords would also be King of Air. King of Swords. It's a pretty intense picture. So this is all about ambition. This is being aggressive. It's where you're going to start to see forward movement. You're going to speak your mind at this point with confidence. You're possibly seeking out professional advice in some area in your life. Good for you. That's a great step. You're going to see that you're balanced mentally, emotionally, and things are really going to start to come together for you on all levels. This is all about truth. This is all about truth. You're going to be living a truthful life from this point forward. Ace of Wands. This is transformation. This is going to be about you stepping up and realizing that your time is limited here on Earth. This is about changing your life now, being in the now moment, seeing the truth of your situation in the now moment. This is going to be where you're going to begin to feel empowered. This is where you're going to feel when you connect to spirit, you're going to really, truly feel the unlimited potential for transformation in your life. And this is a really big turnaround. This is a really big transition. This is a really big deal. This is the point where you start to have no fear, because you really are fully supported, and you can imagine something new for yourself and dare to make it happen, knowing that the divine is supporting you during these times. It's a really big time to think large scale, big dreams here. You can be bold at this point. You can be free. Freedom. This is coming up regularly during your reading. You're gonna peak and hit this sense of just freedom like never before. It's beautiful. And don't be super shocked here, guys. The last card here in your reading is the Tower card. A lot of signs are getting this specifically in their reading based on what we see out in the world today. It's not overly surprising. This can be about, if it hasn't already at this point, having gone through this entire reading, if you haven't already made changes for yourself, this is where things kind of come in and they're right in your face and you're not going to have an option any longer. Right? This is the sink or swim. So this is happening. So how you go about reacting and handling it is so critical at this time. I love the fact that this came at the end of your reading, guys, because this signifies that the worst part is over. It only turns around and gets better from here. All right, guys, that's the end of the reading. Let's take a look at the inspirational messages. First one up, it says, I listen to the wisdom of my body. Is your body telling you you need to move more? Is your body telling you you need more water, more fluid during the day? Is your body telling you to rest and recuperate? Your body has a message for you. Listen to what it is telling you. Thank your body for being the perfect messenger. Next card says, share your gifts. Yes, this is where you're headed. This is where your destiny, your purpose for being here on this earth. It says, your creativity positively impacts the world. It's ripe with beauty and innovation. Everyone benefits from your art. Everyone benefits from your art, especially you. Get to know your talented inner muse. Nurture your vision. Your unique gifts are meant to be shared. This is a really big message for some of you. This is also the time to start focusing on those gifts. This is a time for inner reflection. This is a time for you to focus on the self. Find your passion. Find what it is that makes you excited to get out of bed every morning. Last card here, it says, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. And what this is indicating is love always wins over fear. And when you're able to align yourself and connect with your higher self, like I said earlier, it's going to allow messages to come to you, and you're instinctively going to, like I said, look up the clouds, see a formation in the clouds, and just an instant message comes into your mind. And it's amazing how it can happen. It's going to come in wondrous ways, but the messages are so divinely guided. And this is when things really start to get exciting for you. All right, guys, that's the end of your reading for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I would like to thank each and every one of you who have watched and listened to these videos. Also for the beautiful, lovely, and inspirational comments. Thank you so much. For those of you who are new to this channel, love to see you back from week to week. All I ask is we're respectful of each other. It's all about uplifting each other, inspiring each other, and helping each other out in difficult times. We're all more common than, have things more so in common than we do different, right? We're all in this together. So if you haven't already, please remember to click on like and subscribe. Bye.